Hi, everyone. Welcome to Marketing Analytics. My name is Mike Obel. I'll be your instructor for this class. Talk a little bit about the class and about my background before we get into the syllabus. I've been here at UMass Lowell since 2014. First started as an assistant professor, untenured assistant professor, and then received tenure in 2020. I've been teaching a variety of classes within the marketing and entrepreneurship department, most prominently the undergraduate version of marketing analytics. I've also taught both the graduate and undergraduate version of marketing research, new product development or new product service management, it's titled, in a graduate level course called Customers and Markets. So this is kind of an exciting opportunity for this semester that we're taking the marketing analytics class that we've always offered for undergrads, and now we're developing something for graduate students. The idea being that we're sort of taking the concepts that you would see in that junior senior level class and taking it a step further, getting into more sophisticated software and more sophisticated types of analyses, and really digging in deeper into what is marketing analytics and how do we do it, how is it applicable, and how do we present our results when we find some interesting marketing analytic results. So let me pull up the syllabus and we'll quickly run through some of the things that you'll want to know for this class. Let me just share my screen. Okay, so you can always reach me. You can see my contact information here, michael_obel@uml.edu. It's the best way to reach me. I should get back to you within 24 hours whenever you send me an email. And I do apologize in advance if that doesn't happen, but for the most part, I will do that. Meeting times are going to be Tuesdays at 6 p.m. And so my office hours, I figure it's most convenient to just set aside the hour before our meeting times. But if you do need to meet at a different time, please let me know. We don't have a specific textbook for the course, but we have a couple programs that we'll be using. Excel, which I assume many of you are familiar with, and SPSS, which I will make the assumption that you're not familiar with. Some of you might be, but I'm going to start from the ground level in case anyone's not familiar with it. Now, all the files will be accessible on Blackboard, so your PowerPoint slides, data files, and of course these videos will be available so that you can refer to them at any time. Okay, so the course, I'll actually skip the course description, just go right to this course objectives. And really the things I'm looking to accomplish in this course is to help you understand the key steps in the marketing research and analytics process. Time permitting, we'll discuss collecting actual data, and hopefully we can do it, but 8 weeks doesn't leave a lot of time, but that is a goal of mine. You'll definitely learn how to use SPSS and Excel to analyze your data, and you'll acquire the communication skills necessary to present your results clearly. The release days are going to be Sundays at midnight, so that means Monday morning you'll be able to access all of the files and videos for the next week. Sort of touched upon emails and chats a little bit here, but if you do have any questions, obviously, please let me know. And I've got some more detail here about each of those. So SPSS is a program by IBM, and it does a lot of similar things to Excel, but in a lot of ways it's better. It's more user-friendly, at least once you get familiar with it. And it can do more than Excel. Excel does have sort of some strange limitations. For example, it does really poorly with missing data. SPSS does just fine with missing data. And you'll see in some of the data sets we work with, that's a pretty common thing. And SPSS doesn't have any issues with it. So for SPSS, you're not actually going to download it. What you're going to do is you're going to go through VLabs. And I've got the link here for VLabs. I'll also post another video discussing how to get access to SPSS through VLabs. But you can see the instructions here. Go to the URL, access VLabs, and you can access it with your UML credentials. You will have to download a program in order to use VLabs, but once you do, then it gives you access to the university-wide subscription. So in other words, you don't need to download SPSS yourself. you're just tapping into our cloud-based version. Pretty straightforward grading in this class. We have 2 exams that are worth 25% each. We have 5 quizzes that are 7% each. And we have 5 discussion posts that are 15% each. So the exams are going to be a mix of multiple choice and short answers. So that means that you won't be able to see your grade right away. I know in some classes with the online exams, you can see the grades right away, but I'll have to manually grade the short answer portions, whereas the multiple choice side, of course, can be graded immediately. I sort of discourage makeup exams just because you have some time throughout the week to work on them. But if something does come up, please let me know. And of course, I'm happy to discuss any sort of issues that might come up that are sort of unforeseen. You'll have 5 quizzes, like I said, 7% each, and those are going to be based on analysis from Excel and or SPSS. Essentially what I'll do is I'll give you a data set, I'll ask you to work on it, and then I'll give you a set of questions to run through in order to complete the quiz. And discussion posts. So these are worth 3 points each, which is actually kind of a lot for a discussion post, but I am expecting a lot from each of these. We don't have the benefit of being in person, so I want the discussion posts to really work in place for the regular in-class discussions. So those should be at least 300 words, and they really are meant to be, well thought out, and they should really reflect your understanding of what you read that week and what you saw in the videos and what you learned that week. But at the same time, it's a good time to ask questions, right? Ask me questions, ask your fellow classmates questions. Those all would be included in the discussion posts. And really, I just ask that you have an honest, well thought out discussion post. And like I said, make sure it's at least 300 words. I'm sort of skipping over some of the detailed points, by the way, but you're certainly free to, and I would encourage you actually to read through all the details. I just want to highlight the main points in the syllabus. All right, so here's what our class schedule is going to look like. The plus side, minus side to good, it's a good thing and a bad thing is that with these 8-week classes, everything's really condensed. I can only really offer so many assignments. And of course, those assignments oftentimes are going to be, essentially at the same time. So you'll notice, for example, that the quizzes and the discussion posts, you've got 5 of each of those, and they're actually the same week, but which is not a bad thing, by the way, because the quizzes will give you something to talk about, frankly. You'll work through the quizzes, you'll hopefully learn some methods, and then you'll have something to kind of discuss with your classmates and say, I learned this, I have a difficult time with this, I still have questions about this topic. And that's all things that you can put in your discussion post, right? So the quizzes, they're based on whether or not you get the answers correct. But the discussion posts, as long as you do what's required, you'll get the 3 points for each of those. So if you want to think of it that way, that should be 15% of the grade. That is really just as long as you do the work, you'll get that 15%. Quizzes and exams, obviously, there's a lot more variability there. But hopefully, working through them and yeah, even in referring to discussion posts with classmates, hopefully that will get you ready for the quizzes and exams. Oh, one thing I forgot to mention, the exams will be timed, but the quizzes will not be timed. So the quizzes are meant to be sort of a way of learning these different methods, and I don't want to necessarily rush you on those. Whereas the exams, those are meant to be a bit higher stakes, and those will be timed. And as we get closer, I'll discuss more details about what each of those will look like. Okay, so that's it for just kind of the basic introductions and for, for what to expect throughout the semester. If you do have any questions about this, please let me know. I will be posting more videos each week. So like I said, I'm going to post a video about VLabs next. So take a look through the videos, and if there's anything that I'm missing, please let me know. This is, as I mentioned, the first semester. I've offered this at the graduate level. So I am curious to hear your feedback, tell me what's working, what's not working, and I'm happy to kind of make adjustments as we go. All right, so that's it for this. Thanks, everyone. Talk to you soon.